Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Is your body count impressive? Yeah, let's have a little fun today, right? You know what? I was out with my sons the other day, right? We sitting in a restaurant or something. Some burger place, right? Waiting for the food. So I was playing on my phone a little bit, just surfing, right? And incidentally, if I'm out with my sons, we're doing two things. We're going to a restaurant, going to a GameStop, look at some games. Or since it's still back to school season, I'm still buying them some stuff. So I had to buy them some stuff. Yeah, they my pimps. So that's where most of my discretionary income goes to. Yeah, that's why Rom ain't into tricking or anything. Because two sons, they get my money. But anyway, right? I found this one website, right? And it was about a sexual sex history calculator, right? And what it does, if you put in your name and you put in the number of people you actually had sex with, it compares you with your peer group, right? Like, I put in my name, put in the number of women I think I've had sex with. Yeah, and unfortunately, I got to use the word I think. I was matched against men in a 50 to 54-year-old age group. And I was like, wow. Wow. Oh, man. Rob got it on more than most men in my age group. Overwhelming majority. I was like, wow. So I started putting different numbers in and everything, like 20-olds. And it always compares you to your age group, right? And I was like, man, this is interesting. I got to share this with people. And the link for it is in the description box. So, go in there and have some fun with it. Go in there and have some fun. Of course, try to be honest with yourself. Try to be honest with yourself. And I already know what type of comments I'll get. I'll be like, yeah, man, I've had more than everybody since I had 100 people. And yeah, and that's part of the reason why I thought about even doing a video about that. It's kind of funny. You get with some, you listen to some guys out here. Like if a guy tell me they've been with 50-something women, I tend to think they're honest. Reason why? Because people lying on their dicks and shit will always say 100. Haven't y'all noticed that though? Whenever somebody get up there and say how many, what their body count is, it's always 100, right? But then if you go to like their Facebook or social media, they don't have no female followers, other than their aunties and cousins and shit, right? I'm just saying. They don't got no female followers. You never, or even on YouTube or something, you got some dudes trying to say it, and they don't ever have any females in their comments or anything. I'm just saying, because and that's that's one thing, and I said I think I said this in a video before. If somebody come up to me in the real, like if somebody's talking with me, right? I'm not eyeballing them or in an environment where I can see women interact with them, and they say they slept with so many. I usually just listen to them. There's certain things that someone who's had a high sex count going to say. I ain't going to give that to you because I'm tired of people coming to me, fooling me. Because I always get people in my comments saying that stuff, and it's like they never have a picture up, and it's always an even number, and I'm like, why? Because I'm being honest with y'all. If a dude, it'll get to a point where a dude ain't gonna remember easily. It really does. It's gonna get to a point where they ain't remember. I say once you get past 50, most dudes don't count anymore. Like if they legit. And in fact, most legit dudes will even say they hadn't been with 100. Now, there's some legit dudes out there who've been with a whole lot of women. There's some legit dudes, and they can provide pictures, something, to give you an idea. Even one person, he know who he is. Live videos. He know who he is, too. He probably gonna hit me up privately. But other than that, though, a lot of dudes just, I don't know, whatever, because it's kind of funny to me. You get some dude talking about yeah, I do this and that, but you don't. You be out in public and you know you could be like around him or something, be with a group of women, but none of them checking him out. Now he might be hitting on them or everything, but none of them checking him out. Cause that's one thing. One thing I knows about legit high, like legit dudes who have high counts. One, they might tend to be low key, but usually you find out from the women what's up. Like I remember this one dude, and I might have mentioned him. If I knew his last name, cause he was this dude was like Nation of Islam, right? But so I knew his like Islamic name, but I didn't know his government name, right? And at this particular place, this particular social circle, all the women were talking about him, right? Or the women were talking about him. Like, you know you the bomb if women bragging on your ass like they hooked up with you. I've known a couple like high count dudes, the women were talking about it, or the women were like commenting on him or something. Because that's how you really know. If you really want to know, like a dude, any dude can say anything. Any dude. And in fact, I even challenged one dude on it, right? And I said, shit, you want to know what's up with me? Go find some female friends, show them my picture, and you ask them. Man, he actually went and did it. I was like, okay. You know, ask them what's up. All right? But, you know, that's neither here nor there. One thing about it, though, getting back to that sex history calculator, you really get an idea, people, or at least the people who answered on there, right? And they said it was, I think it was like, I think they had a pretty large sample. But one thing, you realize a lot of dudes ain't getting theirs out here. Because I had said in a video and people thought I was crazy. I said in a couple videos, you know, the average amount of women that most men will sleep with in a lifetime is 7. And some people thought I was crazy and everything. And I'm just like, nah. Check the numbers. Just go to that thing and just put in different numbers. Like put in a 25-year-old and give his count as 20. And y'all be like, wow. You know? Or 35-year-old. You know? And even in this day and age and stuff, where the women are more open about sexuality, a lot of dudes ain't getting it. Because I'm going to tell you what. This is how you know a lot of dudes ain't out there. A lot of these movements wouldn't exist. A lot of these, like, you know, movements, like dealing, like moving away from women and talking about their nature, it wouldn't exist because pussy chills out people. When people get pussy, they chill out. So you wouldn't have a lot of stuff or a lot of dudes complaining and stuff. And also, you wouldn't have a small percentage of dudes really producing a lot of babies and stuff. Right? And like I said, and you know, wanted to share that too because that's something, you know, because like when I gave my number, when I gave my number, that was just off of experience and observation. So it wasn't really scientific. It was a guesstimate, educated guesstimate, but it was still a guesstimate. One thing about that body sex history calculator, somebody actually did the research and somebody actually did the surveys. So you can check it out. I was surprised with some numbers, man. I was like, wow. I was real surprised at some percentages, man. Because really, even with people who legitimately have, men who legitimately have a body count of over 100, that's still extremely extraordinary. You know, that's not a casual thing, right? That's not a casual thing. Because I put those numbers in for some people and, you know, some age groups, and they were always like, oh, that's more than everybody else. That's more than everybody else. Right? So anyway, right? Y'all go check that joint out. Go check that joint out. Have some fun with it. And even with that, though, still take it with a grain of salt because... And honestly, if people come back to me to check it out and they'll say this, that, I'm just going to tell you straight up. I'm going to be like, okay. Because, you know, sometimes people going to lie to themselves. Especially guys, you know we count everything. we grinded a woman like at one of those blue light parties in somebody's basement or something. We say, we're going to count that. Or somebody say, hey, I'm going to count on every sexual contact. And some of y'all motherfuckers are tricks. So y'all going to count everybody you paid for. So anyway, right. That's it for today. Have some fun with that joint. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.